Femininity is multidimensional. Why is it being reduced down to an aesthetic lifestyle? An insult to my gender. It's literally insulting. Like, I don't want to be associated with that. Like, when I say that I'm a feminine woman, I don't want to be known as the girl that goes and gets matcha lattes and is a soccer mom in her Range Rover and doesn't do anything besides answer a few emails every day from brands that want me to push their products for them. Don't get me wrong, I can still be a hot soccer mom. I can still have it together. I can still go for my Pilates, but that is 20% of my life. That is 20% of what I want to do. I am not a doll to be well kept and go to her beauty appointments and to push out babies, but not actually be a mother to them and to just share my man with other women because that's what happens. Like, what people don't tell you is that Dubai lifestyle, that lifestyle of women living the life you wish you had, they're okay with sharing their man. Well, that could never be me. Could never be me. Hello and welcome to a Get Ready With Me, while we talk about the soft life and why I think it's actually a really concerning movement for young women, almost akin to, dare I say it, Andrew Tate's red pill community. Yeah, we're going there. I think that the soft life is very hedonistic and it's just glorified laziness and low-key an insult to femininity because it's completely missed the point of what femininity is all about. And I just want to preface this video by saying I am by no means a beauty guru. My collection of makeup is very humble, very demure, very cutesy, and I've had the same routine for the last like 2 years, okay? So don't come for me, y'all. We have Khartoum on the playlist today, and by playlist, it's probably just gonna be one song because if you know, you know, those songs go for like 45 minutes. Anyway, let's get into it. Starting off with primer. Now, if there is one thing that I am, it's a skincare girly. So I've done a very rigorous skincare routine. Korean skincare is where it's at. So let's talk about where this whole movement started. If we really want to deep it, it's to do with the fact that feminism brought us here. Let's talk about like the fourth wave of feminism. Third wave? I don't even know what wave we're on, but it's the ultra toxic, we hate men, let's just be men movement, and it backfired on us hard. I actually have a video on feminism and how we got to where we are, so you can definitely have a look at that. But if you really think about it, it's because we thought that being our own protector, being our own provider, and moving away from an ultra dependence on men and being under their whim, especially coming from a generation that grew up around war and PTSD and a lot of domestic violence, we thought that we would just reclaim control and just become our own providers. But what we didn't realize is that the expectations of what it meant to be a female didn't change. We were still expected to raise the children, have the children. We were expected to take care of the home. And when women realized that they just signed on to twice as much work, they realized, oh crap, this is not about female empowerment at all. No, actually, I'm living completely against my biology, which tells me to slow down, which tells me that a 9 to 5 is not compatible with my life and with my hormones. And on top of that, I'm doing just as much as a man and I have to come home and be the woman as well. Hell no. So one thing about me is I really do not do much for my brows. I literally just brush them up like this. I used to have major eyebrow blindness. So I've just gone the complete opposite direction. I've decided this is enough. Like, it's a cute eyebrow, isn't it? Yeah? Simple, demure. Let's see how many times I say that word in the space of this video. This is all you need, baby. Moving into the base, we have Hourglass. Hourglass sponsor me because you're pretty much 50% of my routine. We have the Illusion Hyaluronic Skin Tint with SPF. It's really good because I hate foundation. I hate how it feels on my skin. I hate how heavy it is. It's not breathable. So this is really, really good to cover up a lot of the blemishes I have from hormonal acne, which, leading back to my point, is because of the hyper-stressed lifestyle that I used to live. You know, very much not in my femininity, very much not demure, you know, and so my hormones were whack and I ended up with a lot of acne scarring from healing all of that. So let's move into the soft life. This is the most idealistic solution to the problem that modern women face. Hey, let's go back to traditional values. Let's actually start embracing our softness instead of being the boss ass bitch, independent woman, don't need no man, and attract a high value man who will pay for our nails and let us stay home and have the kids, and we don't have to work because we've tried that and it clearly didn't work for us. I love opening a new concealer. My sister bought this for me because I was out. Look at that, perfection. And nothing covers your acne scars like this. It's insane. Ooh. Oh my days. So whilst the foundations of this movement are actually not bad, very valid reasoning, a decent solution, it stops there. Because while the reasoning makes sense, it's the application that has just gotten out of hand. And this is where social media has a lot of the blame, because we've turned it into an aesthetic like everything else. And it's just become a glorified hedonistic lifestyle. It's become the influencer lifestyle. Wait. Arabic scales, baby. Because now it's turned into, let's wake up in the morning, slow morning, do a bit of journaling, then go to our Pilates class, get a matcha latte, and then go get our beauty appointments and post on social media and perpetuate this lifestyle for my followers and then make money off of that, which is low-key a really immoral way of making money, especially considering the amount of influence that you're having on this young generation of impressionable women who don't realize the consequences of such a lifestyle. No, not only are you perpetuating that bullshit, you're also making money off of it. I mean, you're selling this marketed package of what femininity should look like, and therefore demeaning femininity into laziness and leech activity, and not using the noggin that God gave you, not using the skills, the talents, the amazing capabilities that femininity provides you with. You could do that for what, a month and have a great time. Tell me that you're still enjoying that lifestyle 2 years down the track. Eventually it gets really repetitive, okay? And then you end up looking for more purpose in your life, and then before you know it, you have pillow face and anorexia and maybe a few brand deals. What an unfulfilling way to live life. And I, as a ultra feminine woman, as a woman who realizes how beautiful femininity is, take offense to that. I don't want to associate with that lifestyle, because yes, I love to be pampered. Yes, I love my beauty routine and I love to look cute and to be wined and dined and be a passenger princess. But that's such a small percentage of my life, and I would get so freaking bored if that was the entire definition of my existence. Is that all I've been reduced to? Is that what femininity is? Okay, we say femininity is about receiving. Yes, I agree. Like, the masculine is giving and the feminine is receiving. But I think we've taken receiving and turned it into selfishness. It is not selfishness. It is a man giving you the starting materials of something beautiful and you going and doing something with it. Here, let me give you a house. Turn it into a home. Let me give you my sperm. Let me turn it into a damn human being. Let me give you all of this money. Let me invest it. Proverbs 31, baby. But instead, no, let me go spend all my man's money. Let me not think about the future of our household. Because yes, you can make a lot of money, but if you're not spending it wisely, it is not blessed, okay? And I wouldn't be surprised if you crash and burn and lose all of that money trying to keep up that high lifestyle. That is not wise. And femininity often has to do with wisdom. It's associated with wisdom and intuition and checking for your man's blind spots, okay? Your man is the one providing. Your man is the one that is making sure that your family has enough to see you into the future. It's up to you to make sure that you stay on that path. You do not derail it. Dance break. Okay, I have 3 Fenty cream blushes, and this is how they're all looking. So I really need to do that trick where you like combine all of the corners of your makeup and then like melt them to make a brand new pot. So Yeah, we gotta do that soon. Femininity is not mutually exclusive with hard work. You can do both at the same time. Okay, you can be pampered and still be wise. You can have slow mornings and still get shit done like a normal human being. You can be a homemaker and have children and still prioritize your career and still make some money of your own that isn't associated with the influencer lifestyle. And that leads me to my next point, which I hate to say it. I hate that it's a thing we have to worry about because I inherently disagree with this, but it's just reality. We have to accept it and work with it. The soft life is an illusion of freedom. Attracting that high value man and never having to work and just worrying about your family and your kids and your beauty and staying happy and young is an illusion of freedom. You're setting yourself up for a huge problem in the future, which is what happens if he cheats? What happens if he leaves? What happens if he's violent? A lot of women would just stay if any of the above three happened until it reaches a point where you're like, actually, I can't do this anymore. What then? So everyone says I have blush blindness. I think I do. And I'm totally okay with that. لما حبتك كنت ازاي. Listen to what she's saying. قبل ما حبتك. My Arabic is so bad. كنت ازاي. Who was I before I loved you? Think about that. If you forfeit your career because you have the opportunity to live out this soft life with the man of your dreams and he leaves you, what you gonna do, sis? I'm sorry, but use the brain. Think of the contingency plans because it could possibly happen. And you hear so many stories on TikTok now of women who are in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s. A lot of them are like Mormons. A lot of them are born into generational wealth. Even then, they still lost everything. Even then, when they were lawyers and doctors and had this massive career ahead of them, they came out of it with nothing because they had a 10-year gap in their resume. And basically that man tied them all up in his finances and in his business and in his control. Patrick Tar, baby. I really want to try his foundation because apparently it's very skin-like. Very keen on it. And look, I know this is going to be a really controversial opinion on top of everything I've already said so far, but if you think about the kind of man that can offer you that kind of lifestyle, they tend to be business moguls. They tend to be from generational wealth. I don't think I'd want to associate with that kind of a man because they tend to display a lot of the worst traits of humankind, like greed and lust, and they're all like really perverted. Okay, not all, but a lot of them. And even just the generational curses that come from associating with someone who has come from money, like oil money, pharmaceutical money. Like these are all some really sketchy stuff. And I actually don't think I would want to be with a man who comes from that. He'd be so out of touch with reality at best and really evil at worst. A man that doesn't really have to practice much discipline. I mean, I would much prefer a man that is self-made, who's got a couple million instead of inherited multiple millions or even billions, because it says a lot about his character and his trait. And look, I don't know about you, a lot of women are happy to sacrifice loyalty for the sake of achieving this soft life, but I can say most women don't. Most women do want a loyal man. And you're probably not gonna find that in the niche of high value men that you're looking for. I mean, if you look at Andrew Tate himself, who is literally pioneering this whole movement, does he practice monogamy? No, in fact, he's openly against it. And a lot of these men are looking to him as the representation of what it means to be a high value man. So I personally wouldn't want that. More hourglass, baby. Yes, I think so. I think so. Okay, and now let me just really drive the nail home. The man that you really want wouldn't want a woman like you. Let me say it again. The man that you want wouldn't want a woman like you. I know that you may disagree. Oh no, a good man wants to spoil his woman. He doesn't want her to work so hard. He wants her to have his children and stay at home. Yes, In Arabic, we say alayni wala ala rasi. Hey, it's getting better, okay? The intonation is getting there. In English, it's like, yeah, that's all well and true. But I don't think he would want a lazy woman, a woman who is so selfish that she will prioritize her beauty and her needs and the exorbitant amounts of money it would take to maintain that kind of a lifestyle over the other things I spoke about. The future of your family, the future of your financial well-being, being able to sacrifice, self-sacrificial behaviors are really important to a man. If I was a high-value man who was making money in an ethical way, and I was in the market for a wife who I wanted to have my kids and settle down and wouldn't want her to work too hard and all of that, yes, I would want to spoil her. But I would want her to be worthy of being spoiled. Because yes, you do have to prove that you're worthy. You know, I think it's a double standard where a man has to prove his worth, a woman has inherent value. That is true. If you have a uterus, you have inherent value because you are the gatekeeper of society. If that man wants to reproduce, then he can't do it without you. So yes, we have inherent value. But at the same time, you have to be worthy of a man like that to approach you and to have you and to want to give you his children. If you are a woman who is just focused on herself and her appearance and is superficial and doesn't want to do any kind of hard work, as a man, I wouldn't trust you. I wouldn't trust you to raise my kids. I wouldn't trust you to be someone who keeps me grounded and keeps me in check and keeps me focused on the goal. I wouldn't want a woman like that in my life, okay? And no, you're not worthy of being pampered because you're going to abuse it. You're going to take what I give you, a beautiful gift, and you're going to waste it and spend it. You're actually bad for my future. I'm working this hard. I am doing all of this to protect and provide for my family, and what do I get in return? Someone who is really stupid with money, someone who doesn't seem to care about the implications and the consequences of their actions, someone who, yes, I'm gonna say it, who's not even gonna really raise their kids. Because if you really think about that soft life and the mother wants to really take care of herself, yeah, she's gonna pop out that kid for a very hefty push present. But yeah, am I actually gonna stay up all night and feed that kid and you know, lose sleep and get wrinkles and gain a little bit of weight? In fact, you know what is also really, really toxic? The fact that these mothers want to bounce back so quick after giving birth that they are giving their babies poor quality milk. You know, you are actually meant to eat more calories whilst you're breastfeeding. Otherwise, the development of your child is at risk. But no, these women won't do that because their values are about looking beautiful over their children. And I know this is a mass generalization. I'm not saying that every woman who values the soft life is like this, but I'm just looking at the stereotype because that is what is being perpetuated online. These women aren't good mothers. Another reason why a true high value man wouldn't want you. I am spitting facts.
The man that you want wouldn't want a woman like you.
That line alone would have gotten me haters, and I'm okay with that. If it means that I save one girl from this really toxic mindset, so be it. And you know what? I actually almost fell for it myself. I almost got into that whole echo chamber online and thought, you know what, they have a point. And look, they do. There are definitely elements of the soft life that I completely agree with and I try to embody myself, like not working to the point of stressing your body out so much that you become infertile or you have hormonal imbalances. I'm a health and wellness coach. This is something that I actually teach my girls, you know, how to embrace femininity and embrace female biology so that you don't end up hurting your health. But at the same time, I also think that women have been given so many more gifts. We are fierce and protective, and we are smart and wise, and we have foresight and intuition that men don't have. Femininity is multidimensional. Why is it being reduced down to an aesthetic lifestyle? An insult to my gender. It's literally insulting. Like, I don't want to be associated with that. Like, when I say that I'm a feminine woman, I don't want to be known as the girl that goes and gets matcha lattes and is a soccer mom in her Range Rover and doesn't do anything besides answer a few emails every day from brands that want me to push their products for them. Don't get me wrong, I can still be a hot soccer mom. I can still have it together. I can still go for my Pilates, but that is 20% of my life. That is 20% of what I want to do. I am not a doll to be well kept and go to her beauty appointments and to push out babies, but not actually be a mother to them, and to just share my man with other women because that's what happens. Like, what people don't tell you is that Dubai lifestyle, that lifestyle of women living the life you wish you had, is, bro, they see their wives once a month or maybe every other month, and they're rotating. I mean, it's not against their religion to have multiple wives, and that's the thing. The women are okay with it. They're okay with sharing their man. Well, that could never be me. Could never be me. Okay, wait, let me concentrate on this. Very demure. They don't match, but that's okay. Bad bitches wear MAC and cork. That's what they do. And they combine it with the Dior lip oil, although very, very low. Like, I literally had to take the stopper out because I refused to go spend another 70 bucks on one until I milk every last drop. So I really encourage you ladies to think for yourselves. Think critically. I think as a society, we just constantly swing from one extreme to the other. It's like a pendulum. It's like, oh, extreme feminism, we hate men. Go fend for yourselves, ladies. And then instead of stopping somewhere in the middle like me, you're like, oh, no, let's go to the complete opposite end where we become, you know, ornaments in the house. Like, let's do better than that. Think for yourselves, because you do not want to get stuck in this online echo chamber that has serious, serious repercussions in the future. Like, I used to identify with the soft life, and then I realized I actually don't. And then I came up with something called the soft hustle. This is for someone who doesn't want to be a boss babe, an independent woman, don't need no man. And she doesn't want to be a trad wife either. She kind of wants to be both. You know, the soft hustle for me is working 4 days a week instead of 5. It's weight training and cycle syncing around my period. It's eating more fats, quality fats. It's being soft, but also being fierce, because that's who I am. I am a leader, and I know that, okay? I'm not gonna dull myself down for a man. Yes, I'm gonna let him lead, although I can admit I probably will have some problems with that if I don't agree with him, if I don't respect and admire him. But I also think that I can be his queen. I can rule with him. At the end of the day, I will submit because I'm a Christian woman and that's what you gotta do. But a man's gotta prove that he's worthy of being submitted to. And a godly man will listen to the advice of his wife, because a lot of the time it's an ego problem. They wanna lead without getting any advice or feedback in return. And that is just a sign of unhealthy, toxic leadership. So, wait, what was my point? Yes, leadership. I am a natural leader as a woman. And I'm just gonna have to attract a man that is not only okay with it, but admires it and respects it. Wow, I am low on everything. Like I said, I've had this supply for over a year. What is ideal for you will be different for another, you know? And I think that's why it's so important to embrace quality values alongside individualism, alongside knowing yourself. Like, I could not be stuck at home, not working. Like, I have to work because I care about my job. I love my job, and I'd literally go mad. Like, I have so much more of an identity outside of motherhood, outside of being a homemaker, although that is a huge part of my identity. Even though I'm not a mum yet, even though I don't have my own home yet, I know that it's in me. But at the same time, I know that I will never, ever stop working, because a woman's got to make her own money. A woman's got to use her skills that God's given her. And in this day and age, it's just not wise if you don't work. I would love the opportunity to stay home whilst I'm childbearing and not work at all. That's fine. A couple of years, have your maternity leave. But as a lifestyle, it's super unfulfilling and it's really risky. We are done. Very cutesy. See how I did my makeup? Very cutesy. Very what? Mayor. I really hope that this video has been a wake-up call, because it needed to be said. I'm seeing a very dangerous trend, and we really got to get on top of it, ladies, because it is not the answer. You will not get the man that you truly think you want. It's just delulu, okay? It's actually making you a worse person by striving for this lifestyle. It's making you very superficial and not a catch at all. And number three, think about your longevity. Think about the fact that all of these women living a soft life, easily 80% of them are not happy. 80% of them are locked down in a relationship that they can't get out of. They can't make their own decisions. They have an illusion of freedom. Don't let it be you. Anyway, that's it from me. I hope you have an amazing day. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with the girlfriends, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.